And from Adapt to It today is Leslie Gabola, the owner of Adapt to It. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yeah, and today we're talking about braces.
Braces,
right?
All sorts of braces, kind of from head to toe here. We start with a wrist brace. And
so let me first ask,
Yeah.
because you're an occupational
Yeah.
therapist, why would somebody need a brace? Is it something just for temporary or long-term or both?
That's a really good question. And yes, the answer is yes
Okay.
to both. Either temporary for an acute inflammation or acute support, or ongoing.
Okay.
Now the thing about braces is people sometimes tend to put them on and just leave them on. And typically we recommend 2 hours on, 2 hours off.
Okay.
Even though, unless you have like something other that you need it on all the time, like a break or something
Okay,
like that.
all right.
Doctor recommended. Typically, when you're just supporting a joint, we recommend 2 hours on, 2 hours off. The reason why is because you don't want your muscles to atrophy.
Okay.
You want them to be active. And even though you're using your hand or your limb or something on a limited basis, you're still using it.
Okay.
So your muscles are still getting that input, they're still getting that feeling of moving, they're still developing that muscle memory. And that's really important to
Okay.
keep. We all know that if you don't use it, you lose it. And
Yeah.
that's so true. And that's regarding atrophy.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we see the wrist braces are probably our most common. And people come in a lot of times with carpal tunnel, and that can be from anything really, any
Yeah.
overuse really. I have a lot of people with thumb injuries usually from texting.
Yeah.
My first question is, people come in and they're like, it hurts right here. Well,
Yeah.
you have two joints here. You have one here and you have
Yeah.
one down here. And those, if you're using your thumb a lot,
Yeah.
those are the texting issues.
Yeah.
It used to be called gamekeeper's
Yeah,
thumb.
that's right. Yeah.
And that was in the olden days when people were keeping game. Well, we're no longer doing that. We're
Yeah.
texting.
Yeah.
And so now it's texting thumb. And so we do have thumb braces that immobilize that area and provide that support.
And you know what's interesting that you bring that up about your thumb. Well, I text with my finger like that because
I do too. I'm old, yeah.
yeah, but most of the younger kids and younger adults, they're like this, which
Right.
I can't do.
I can't
But
coordinate
that's
my
a
left
really
thumb,
good
yeah.
point.
Yeah, it is. And so that's something that we see a lot. A lot of
Okay.
times it's just rest, ice, elevation. The newest literature from the APTA, the American Physical Therapy Association, for an acute injury is actually heat instead of ice. And the reason why, unless there's a lot of inflammation involved, the heat will increase the inflammation. But the reason why heat is because it helps the circulation. It helps the
Okay.
blood cells heal the
Okay.
injury more.
Okay.
And so that's kind of against common thought. But
Okay.
that's the
So this
use
one looks specifically for.
Yes. And that would
Okay.
be a great one for like just regular carpal tunnel.
Yeah.
You
And it's
use
actually,
the
it's hard
computer
right
too
here.
much. It is. And this is, you can take that stay out and it's metal and we can bend it.
Okay.
Because it's important, like with anything, anybody that knows me knows I'm pretty obsessive
Yeah.
over fit. But to get that support right there that you need, we can bend it so it fits custom.
Now,
or
would you
fits
use something
properly.
like this while you're working on a computer or whatever, or is it recommended that you stop doing what you're doing and have this on for a couple hours?
What I usually recommend, if you're using your part, go ahead and support it because
Okay.
it's going to feel better and it's gonna be okay to use it.
All
A
right.
lot of people do use these at night, and that's kind of the there are D-rings, so they go through and they come back on themselves.
Okay, but if they use them, are you talking about at night while they're sleeping, or at night sitting at home watching TV?
No, at night while they're sleeping.
Okay.
A lot of times, especially with carpal tunnel, and that's kind of the one caveat to the 2-hour rule, is that a lot of times, especially women, what we'll do is we'll kind of curl up, and a lot of people sleep curled up. Well, what you're doing is you're bending and you're putting pressure on that nerve, which
interesting.
causes or can irritate carpal tunnel.
Okay.
So what these do is, as you saw, they have that stay. They prevent you from doing that.
Okay.
And so it's going to stop that inflammation from happening and heal it.
Okay.
And a lot of people do that at night for a period of time to avoid surgery, carpal tunnel surgery. I know my mom did it and it was successful.
Okay.
So a lot of people do that. And then they're just, we have, you know, a ton of stuff, ton of different types of stuff. Everything comes with choices. So this one is a nice one. This is actually one of my favorite wrist braces because I feel like it's really comfortable. This is for the thumb part. And then this just simply
I see.
ties, it's all together.
Oh, that's
and then
nice.
you just
Yeah.
slap it on like that. And this one comes in beige and black. A lot
Okay.
of people don't like black. That's all I brought.
Yeah.
But because it shows too much. So we have beige if
Okay.
you prefer in this one. But it's a nice brace. It's very, very comfortable, very, very supportive. I like it because it kind of gives your arm a hug.
Yeah. I would think, you know, almost nowadays, there are people who'd want these in bright colors because people tend not to hide as much, especially younger adults and kids.
Right.
And kids may have to use something like this.
Exactly.
They want to have something flashy. I think
exactly.
older folks, they're still
wanna
at
hide.
that hiding, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah. And for kids, you know, puffy paint goes a long way for kids.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
We rented a wheelchair once, and it was a pediatric wheelchair, and it came back totally blinged out with puffy paint and ribbon and things flying off of it. It was great. So, yeah, kids tend to decorate things. Moving on down the body, this is one of our most popular back braces.
Yeah.
This is neoprene.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, a neoprene wetsuit material.
Yeah.
It has the stays in the back, so it's really supportive. And we have all levels. So we have one that's just this like meshy material, and it's white, but it's just the meshy material, and so it just is kind of gives you a hug.
Okay.
This is more supportive, so if you have more pain or maybe an injury, this would be great. And the benefit with this one is that it has a double pull system, so it has this one that goes around, so you put it on like that. This goes in the front, and then you take these, and they're stretchy, and you can pull them and adjust it as tight as you need it.
Okay.
And they're two, so you can do, if you've got need more on one side than the other, you can do that.
Okay.
As well. And then this one actually has kind of little pockets. If you wanted to, you could put even a cold pack in here for it to make it a little bit cooler in there. So that's a really good one. That's a popular one. And then this is a great brace. It's a knee brace. And this brace I really like too. I brought all my favorite ones. This one is a knee brace, and it goes half above your knee. This part goes above your knee. This part goes below your knee, and so your kneecap sits here.
Okay.
And then this is in the back of your knee.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why I like this one, this is a great runner's brace. So if somebody is active, exercising a lot, running, but what happens with your knees as ligaments get a little bit lax as we age, or maybe with an injury, the kneecap is supposed to work like this, straight. And so what happens if you've got a little bit of pull on one side, the kneecap starts going off to the side.
Okay.
And that's really painful because your body's, anytime your body is out of alignment, it's going to be painful. So what this does, on the bottom part, it has a little bar type thing. You can see it on the inside.
Yeah.
So that goes right below your kneecap. And what that does, you have a tendon that helps your knee go straight. And so what this does, it helps your knee go straight. And it relieves pain. But the thing is,
that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's not bulky. So somebody that's really active will like this.
Yeah, I like the idea of that.
Yeah, and people don't want a lot of stuff on them a lot of times.
Yeah.
So this is a nice alternative. And then this one is an ankle brace, super simple. A lot of times ankle braces can become complicated with straps and all, and probably not necessary. So what this one is, just Velcro, stick your foot in. This is your heel, so your heel's open.
That makes it easy.
And then these straps, just Velcro it shut, and then these straps come up and they're elastic.
Yeah.
And so you can cross them, you can pull them up, you can do whatever you want with them. And
all right, let's look at this here.
Okay.
And I mentioned that at first it looks like something you'd use for an oven mitt or barbecue or something, but the purpose is
So
to
this
keep you, it lets you get in the water if you
yes,
have a cast on.
and it's completely airtight, and I'll show you.
Yeah.
So what you do is we have to measure for these because they have to fit tight.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I think I got one that will work, just half up.
Yeah.
And okay, so it's tight around there. So then what you do is you take this little pumper thing, and it's completely
Oh, I
100% airtight. So give me 1 second here, and then you can wear a cast if you have a cast.
Okay.
If you have a wound.
Would this, a quick question, because we're just about out of time, would this, what about your circulation?
Oh no, we say about a half an hour, but it's not that tight.
Okay, all right.
And then to let the air back in, you just pull it and take it off.
Very good. All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you coming by today. You can
Thank
see
you.
they have all kinds of braces and dozens and hundreds of other things, but the point is that they're going to fit you. You saw here, a lot of these braces do similar things, but they're going to fit you with the correct one that you need, right?
Yep,
That's
we
it.
will.
All right.
Absolutely.
Adapt to It is right on the corner of El Toro and Paseo de Valencia. Adapttoit.com. Leslie, good to see you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye.